Just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, yo, the disrespect that comes with it, that you couldn't even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit, yo. That's fucked up, Keith. I'm telling you, yo, that's fucked up.
Wait, no, but you're not gonna say fuck me or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look, so. I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
I'm your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to me.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no solution.
You knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
I knew that. Thought that I would never have to go back to anything like this again.
Beforehand,
but
no.
That's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do something.
Hasn't. You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off. What the fuck?
Come on, Keisha, with that. It don't matter what they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it.
What disrespect?
You couldn't come and talk to me about it.
Okay, well, we're talking about it now.
Because I had to find out on the fly.
All right, then. But now, okay.
No,
so, wait.
I had to find out on the fly.
So now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Okay. And so? Whatever. I've been doing what I have to do, period. Like, that's bottom line. That's what it is.
But wait! There's more!
Yes, the first question is, where's Joe?
How are you guys doing?
Where's Joe?
He's pretty pissed off with me. So he's been, I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now. So, yeah.
Keisha, how long ago, obviously we saw in the video that Joe was saying he had no idea that you had this account. How long is the account, have you had the page?
I've had the page for at least over a year. It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife, period. And, you know, he has a friend that he's been entertaining, and she decided that, you know, she wants to really put a bigger, you know, wedge in our relationship. So she went digging around my page and was like, oh, do you know that she has this? And it blew up from that. And it's no secret, Joe's financial issues, you know, and I have always made a good life for myself, you know. Before I met Joe, I was living overseas in Europe, and I had established myself as a singer, you know, and I came back here, you know, thinking that with his persona and who he was, once we got together and I found out who he was, that it would only take off, you know, other things. But, you know, not everybody's hustle and drive are the same. And depression is a serious thing also. So, you know, I've been just like, you know, supporting and dealing and going through his trials and tribulations with him. I've started several businesses, you know, I've been doing a lot, like, and I just figured out, I have a home in Cape Verde I'm trying not to lose, and a roof over here we're trying to maintain that we almost got kicked out of. So I just kicked in the drive and did what I had to do, you know, and
Kings, this is Joe Smith's wife, Keisha Chavez. Keisha Chavez is Yasmin Pendavis, a bust-down former and current porn star, masquerading as Joe Smith's motherfucking wife. Yes, she's not a wife. This bitch just plays one on television and TikTok. And yes, this old-ass simp knew exactly who the fuck she was when he put a lease on those worn-out drawers back in the day. Personally, I think this is fucked up and highly suspect on her part for putting out this clip where the entire planet could see it, my kings. I didn't know it was this serious when this situation first blew up in the mainstream, that is, majority-minority media. And before we get started, a lot of celebrities have wifed porn stars to varying effects, publicly speaking. Entertainment, including professional sports, is a dirty business with many hands in back pockets and a lot of swapping and bed hopping. So it's not shocking that an old played-out nigga dropped papers on a bust down who was no big deal in the porn business, even in her supposed heyday. The problem I have with this entire situation is that she knew what would happen when she put out that TikTok clip of a supposed argument. This crusty hoe was pulling his player card in the worst way, and no, I don't have to tell you kings what happens when you try to turn a hoe into a motherfucking housewife. As far as I'm concerned, this is an acute case of sexual laundering, where a woman with a shady sexual background, albeit a high body count, uses a simp as interpersonal and social cover to clean up her image and get an undeserved public reboot. Happens all the time, and the only positive any brother can take away from this is that Keisha Chavez has publicly shamed and dragged herself. Seriously, you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. Joe Smith knew this. The exposed simp knew he was laying up with a neighborhood pump and willingly got fleas. Shit happens all the time, and I'm not judging that because a famous saying quotes something like this: "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." This old saying from White Jesus was in regard to a fallen woman being publicly excoriated. So, now the chickens have come home to roost on this simp's porch, and he supposedly doesn't like it. I side-eye bullshit like this because hoes and weak effeminate men are always looking for clout. The man is functionally stupid if that is the case. A lot of us are in affairs of the heart. Keisha Chavez thinks this is a shot in the arm to more ducats, that fucking bag that you females worship above all else, even the Most High. Some would say her mask fell off at a critical point in their sham marriage. I would say that this is little more than crisis acting for a bag. I would also say that this situation is a smoking gun in the reason black women sit at the bottom of the metric for marriageable women compared to other racial and ethnic groups. It's a sobering reality for black men that want to marry black women here in their backyard, which is increasingly looking like the slave quarters in America. 3Ks inset. The only time these women show up and show out Bonnie and Clyde style is when their niggas are damaged and criminally minded. It's a glaring admission of self-hate masquerading as an inferiority-superiority complex. Ask yourself this: if Keisha Chavez truly loved Joe Smith, would she have put out the clip exposing herself and by proxy putting him on blast for basically laying up with and marrying a prostitute? If she truly loved this man, would she have even married him? Fuck that argument about him knowing what she was from day one. That's bullshit. She was already a motherfucking bust-down hose pump with no options other than this relationship. Now, the money is dried up, and the first thing she can think to do about the situation is bust out that dried-up box. Kinda like a lot of hoes hitting the street corner again after blowing their rainy day stash. Ideal almost specifically in our supposed ethnic community. So I'll tell you kings that if a woman's first option for solving relationship issues is to use her box, then you are up shit creek without a paddle. Why get married if that box isn't exclusive to you? Her body, her choice. What about his motherfucking reputation, bitch? What about the damage you've done to his post-career money-making prospects? Think he could get a job in the sport, professionally, or at the college level with the ghost of your gaped box clinging to him like a bad odor? Does Keisha Davis even understand what marriage truly is? Does Yasmin Penn Davis think she can make a comeback in pornography post-wall in her fucking 50s? Does this bitch realize that she turned her marriage into a traffic accident? Yeah, people are going to look, but eventually they will keep it moving, leaving that totaled bust down on the side of the road. Was cracking that old ass open even worth it? The reason you were able to disappear into the role of a basketball wife was because you were blah even in your prime in the adult movie industry. Nobody heard of you that mattered then, and nobody is going to be checking those panties at the tail end of 2023. Congratulations, bitch. You just turned your marriage into a fucking scratch and sniff. Take a bow and get off the stage, ho. This has been an editorial on the long-term dangers of simping from the motherfucking geek underground. Keep your head on a swivel, protect the bag, and above all else, protect your seed. Do not give up your future, your legacy kings. Do not make fallen women the stewards of your children. That is imperative if a black community is to survive at this point. Joe Smith was lazy. He didn't know how to leave 250s on the bedside table and bounce. Look at him now, hiding under a bed in his sister's house, playing the background while a whore of Babylon does all the talking. I call cap on this bullshit. Yasmin Penn Davis is getting everything she wanted, and all she had to do was pretend to be a man's wife until she decided she didn't. SYSBM means save yourself, black men. Peace out.